Okay, good morning everybody. So today's video needs a tiny bit of explanation, and I'm eating my cereal this morning because I have Hunter just went to sleep, which means I can either film or I can eat. So I'm gonna do both. So today's video is completely different from anything that I've posted recently. Actually, on my main channel, I don't recommend it, but if you guys go way back to my first couple of videos, I used to love gaming. I still love gaming. I had tried to do it on YouTube and I didn't find success in it. But I still do it as a hobby from time to time when I find time, which usually doesn't happen, but occasionally. And recently, I've gotten back into The Sims, and I've never actually built in The Sims before. And over the past couple of weeks, I've been building and I've been learning, and I have a couple of pre-recorded videos for you guys. Now, I was debating on making a third channel specifically just for Sims gameplay, because I know that everybody on here isn't here for the games. Not everybody on here is here for beauty. You know, everybody has their preferences. And everybody keeps telling me that if I want to be successful on YouTube, then my channel needs to be focused around one thing, which my main channel kind of is now. My main channel is just really vlogs and anything family, so that's like a family channel. The second channel was started originally so it could become a channel like that, where it was just kind of centered around one kind of topic. But the thing is, I can't do that because I have so many interests in so many different things that it's hard to just pick one and go with it, because then it kind of stops me from doing other stuff. So yes, I guess if I wanted to find success on YouTube long term and stuff, doing one kind of video on one channel would do me some good. But this genuinely makes me happy, and I want to treat it as a hobby, as I always have, not something that I'm worried about views or analytics. If it makes me happy, that's good enough for me, to be totally honest with you. So I want to kind of dip my toe back into gaming on this channel. I had created actually a third channel when this whole idea had started. I created a third channel and I uploaded the video that you guys are about to see. Now it still has no views, so that's why I'm bringing it onto this channel first. I want to get your guys' opinion. I want to see if this is something that anyone is even interested in watching, and then if it is cool to stay on this channel, great. But if you guys prefer, I already have a third channel made that we can continue and have kind of just be gameplay if we're successful with it and want to continue it, but don't want it on this particular channel. So I'm definitely looking for you guys and your feedback with today's video. Now, I am going to show you guys my very first build. I have 0 expansion packs in The Sims, so I also want you guys to let me know what kind of expansion packs I should be purchasing. I know some are on sale right now. I'm literally just waiting to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'm really excited to hear what you guys think about today's video. I'm gonna stop rambling because it's already a long video, but I will talk to you guys in my next one, and I'm hoping that this will work out. My cereal is getting soggy. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Shane, and today I just wanted to start my very first episode of this Let's Play. So I have been playing The Sims for years. I mean, years and years and years. Now, this series or this channel right now is starting off with just kind of the base game. I don't have any expansion packs. I don't have any mods. We will be using a couple cheats here and there throughout the game that you'll see, but everything else is just really the base game, just with their updated items. I wanted to improve my skill in The Sims 4 by speed building and creating these builds and playing around with how to create new and unique different styles and stuff. So this first build is strictly just trying to get the hang of building in The Sims, because honestly, I am more of the interior decorator of The Sims 4. I have never actually bought built a home on my own. I have a couple of Sims Let's Players that I really enjoy watching, James Turner being one of them and Little Simsy being another. So for this first build, you can already see that I started off kind of just with a box, and then I created almost little like extra pieces to the house to make it more interesting. So the very center is literally just a box. I didn't really know where to start. I didn't really know what kind of style I was going for, none of that. So I just started with the box and then just kind of started adding stuff. You can see me here. I knew that I wanted to have kind of a front porch and a back porch. Porches have always been quite homey to me, but because I am such a new builder, I literally couldn't even figure out how to do this porch. Like, this took quite a while, quite a bit of Googling to figure it out, but it was actually really simple. I figured out how to do the porches. I figure out later in the video how to do the foundation as well. I'm also learning that building in The Sims 4 is quite different than The Sims 3. You can see me here, I added the fence, and now I'm kind of playing around with colors. You'll see in a lot of my builds, I really love grays. And I used to be like a kind of a beige person, but I really try to stick with grays with my color scheme. I will try to play around with more color in the future, or really I like to play around with color when it comes to my rooms. But the outside of the house, I really like gray and beige. You can see here I'm also adding the back porch, and as far as the roofing goes, I mean, maybe later in some future builds I'll take it slower to explain the roof a little bit more, but honestly in this very first build I'm just trying to figure out things for myself, so it's not really necessarily I'm trying to explain to you how to do something. This video is literally a time lapse of me trying to figure it out. So I am playing around with the roofing. You're gonna see this change quite a bit as I go throughout the speed build here. I knew that this side had given me kind of an issue, as well as having a hard time just making it look right. You could keep seeing some parts overhanging and other parts just not fitting with the other roofs right. Like I finagle with the roof so much. I think I finagle with it all the way up until I'm almost done. You'll see that I'm kind of extending the front out a little bit. I extended in, I extended out, I changed the walls. Like, we do kind of a lot of this sort of back and forth thing, but I feel like that is kind of a big part of The Sims, is just kind of trying stuff and seeing if it works, and if it doesn't work, trying something different. I do love that you can just kind of pull out these walls or push in the walls. Like, you don't really have to tear down walls and rebuild them. Also, I'm building kind of a custom chimney. This idea came from Little Simsy, however. She builds hers with walls and half walls instead of the standard chimneys, and I really like this style of a chimney instead of using the game's default ones, because with the chimneys in game, it wouldn't let me place it on a foundation. So I have yet to figure out how to place a chimney with a home that has a foundation already. So that's something I would like to learn in the future. Also, I'm kind of playing around with where I want the house to be on the lot. I usually prefer bigger backyards than I do front yards for any of my builds. I just kind of try to think of realism, and I don't know, like, my personal house it's kind of backwards. Like, the back of my house faces the main road. Like, it's very odd. So my backyard is technically my front yard. So it's very, very big, but I treat it as my backyard. So just in any build, not every build, but any build, I try to give a good amount of space on all sides of the house. But if I'm going to give any more space to any house, it's always going to be in the backyard. So here you can kind of see me playing around with the railings. The railings is definitely something that was new to me in building. I don't recall The Sims 3 and how they built their stairs or railings or anything like that. But I just felt like that was kind of a new feature. But it was very, very easy. I just tried to find a railing that fit best. And as you can see, the front door was not lining up with the stairs, which was driving me nuts. So I was playing around with different door options, trying to find something. Now, Now, when it comes to the windows, I had a really hard time with the windows as well. Not necessarily for the bottom floor, but the top floor, definitely. I feel like with windows, you can kind of overdo it sometimes, and I feel like less is more. And you also kind of gotta pay attention to your interior floor plan as well, because you wouldn't want a massive window coming in through a bathroom per se. You'd probably want a smaller window. And then, you know, you definitely want to make sure that you have windows in your bedroom. So I've done more builds. I've recorded a couple more episodes after this video. So I've learned a little bit more too. I wish at this point I had gone in and kind of made a little bit of a floor plan before I started adding all these details, because I had to play around with the windows so much later because they didn't make sense for what rooms they were being used for. Also, I ended up realizing later in this video that I didn't have a bathroom downstairs, and I was really bummed out about it. You can see me finagling with the chimney here and the whole it not wanting to go onto a foundation. That's what I was talking about earlier. But yeah, I kind of wish I planned out the floor plan a little bit earlier in my build. That way I would have known that there was only one bathroom and it was upstairs. And you'll see later, but it's kind of in a weird spot. I had to really just kind of play with stuff until it looked halfway decent. So with my future builds, I'll definitely kind of just get the house shape down, I think, then the roofing, and then I think the interior floor plan is pretty important just for window placement. So I'm going to keep that in mind for my next build. But hey, you live and you learn, right? So this is what the series is all about, is just trial and error and having fun doing it, because I had so much fun. I did make so many changes throughout this entire build. This build probably took me 3 days, not 3 full days. I do have 2 small children, however, so I'm only able to film during certain parts of the day. So altogether, it probably took me about 3 days, where the second video coming out probably took me 2 days. The second build, I should say, probably took me 2 days. So I'm getting a little bit faster. Again, this first build was all about learning and seeing what I have. You can see me doing some landscaping over here. I love trees on my builds and I love flowers. I feel like maybe it's a little bit scattered. And again, I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do here yet, but I was super duper happy with how everything kind of came out at the very end of my build. Also, I will mention that the camera angles are super wonky because I could not figure out like how to properly play with my camera angles in The Sims. Like, it was driving me insane. It was almost impossible to build with this camera, but I figured it out. Again, the next build will be a little more smooth than this one went, but I did figure out how to properly rotate my camera and all that fun stuff. So it's been a hot minute since I played The Sims, guys, but I'm really, really excited to start this channel. You'll see me here kind of playing around with columns. I got this idea from Little Simsy where she uses columns to kind of trim her house as well. You kind of see in that left-hand corner at the moment, that column. So I tried doing that. I tried taking that idea, and I'm also trying to kind of color match the stairs for the front porch at the moment. But yeah, I really liked the idea of the columns for the trim. I love trim. What I found is, like, the more detailed a build is, I think is just so much better. It adds so much interest. So in the future, you'll see with this build, maybe not so much. I did add a lot of detail, but I'm definitely getting more comfortable with my builds. So in the future, I might spend even more time on a build and just really, really get in those fine details, because I feel like that is what makes a house so believable and so realistic, is just those little things, you know what I mean? So I added some terrain paint underneath the shrubbery to make it actually look like there's soil underneath. Just little things like that. I am overall pretty happy with this house. You'll see near the end, it's not 100% what I would have done. I feel like the front of the house is a little weird with the second floor and the roof. I feel like I probably could have taken even more time to try to perfect this home, but it was my first home, so I also didn't want to spend so much time on it, because I knew there was going to be so many opportunities to build more houses for more experience. And eventually I would like to revisit this home, maybe maybe years down the road, if I decide to stick with this and it's something I really enjoy, and as my building skills increase, I would love to revisit this first home and kind of do like a renovation project. So I think that would be a lot of fun. So even though I'm not 100% with it, I am really, really proud of my first build. So you see here, I am kind of playing around with the lighting a little bit. I'm a real stickler about having some lighting outside. I try to think of every house that I've ever lived in and try to take some inspiration and some ideas. I did want the porch to be a little bit bigger as well, because I wanted to be able to fit in a little dining area, because I wanted this house to be for a family. Granted, at the end of it, I think we have what I called a guest bedroom, which could technically just be a bedroom. So this could be a 2-bedroom home, but we have a master bedroom, which is going to be seen upstairs, and then we have a guest bedroom downstairs, which I probably could have just changed to the bathroom, so we would have had a bathroom downstairs as well. I didn't quite think of that until recording this, but to be honest, I kind of prefer having the bedroom downstairs instead of another bathroom. We just got to kind of use our imagination a little bit, but I'm just trying to dress up the back porch a little bit, just adding, I like lots of flowers and lots of plants in my builds. I feel like it adds a lot of color and it makes the house feel much more homey and much more alive, in my opinion. Another thing that I found is that when I'm making my builds, because I only have so much content to use, I feel like I end up using a lot of the same objects kind of over and over, and that's where the expansion packs are going to come in. So I would really love for you guys to leave your comments below and let me know what expansions you think I should get. I would really like expansions with just some really nice furniture and stuff. There are some that I probably won't necessarily need, but that'll also allow us to build in other places, kind of give us different scenery as well. So let me know what kind of expansions you think I should go for. By the way, I lost a little bit of my footage here, so we just randomly kind of jump into decorating the kitchen. This room was probably the hardest to decorate because it was such an odd shape, but I was just trying to keep in mind that probably a small family lived in here, probably just a mom, dad, and a kid. That's how I decorated the kitchen, and that was the guest bedroom that I was talking about earlier. So I kind of used some blues, some whites, some grays. I was kind of getting a Tiffany's inspired look from this bedroom, but now we're going to move upstairs and you can kind of see my weird layout. So we have the master bedroom up here, and then we have a bathroom, because at this point I realized my house did not have a single bathroom. Now luckily bathrooms don't have to be very long, so I kind of created it in the middle of this hallway to sort of break it up a little bit, and then I added my master bedroom as well. So I'm just going ahead. I love hardwood. I'm adding a little bit of hardwood, again, kind of some of those grays. I am using cheats, by the way. I have bb.move enabled, which also allows me to move objects up and down. So that's how I got like some of the plants up higher, some of those items on the shelf in the living room down here. But you can also see, I'm trying to show you a little bit of the living room because we really didn't get a good look on that. We also have a little dining room, and I really liked all the brick and the stone. I also wanted that archway leading into the kitchen to just kind of open up the space a little bit more. And I'm just adding a few more plants here and there. Lord knows you can't have enough plants. Giving you kind of an overview of that guest bedroom. I just go in when I'm kind of done with my build, and I kind of add in those last minute details I was talking about. So just trying to see what will fit in here nicely. And I'm not trying to make it crowded, but I'm definitely trying to make it feel homey and like people are actually living here. So that's why I kind of tucked those clothes underneath that mirror. So we're back in the kitchen again, just adding a little bit of details, just detail, detail, detail. Also, the outside is new as well. Unfortunately, that footage that was all included in the footage when I was doing the guest bedroom and the office and stuff. All of that for some reason did not record properly. So we had that little living space out there, kind of like a little garden. And then we also have the patio that you saw a little bit earlier. So this is kind of an overall look of the house. And we're going to finish this voiceover while I'm feeding my son. So if you hear him in the background, that is why. But yeah, we're just back up in the master bedroom, just adding a few more details. So overall, I was pretty happy with the house. Again, I wish I just took more time to do the interior, like the design. So we're gonna walk through the front door. I'm gonna kind of give you guys a house tour. So as soon as you walk through the front door, I can't figure out these controls, but to your right is the little office area. So I just tucked in a bookshelf, a nice little desk, just a nice little nook to work in or to do your homework in. If you turn right around, you have your little living room. So I like the couches facing each other. We have a big TV and just some shelving just to clear up the floor. Then you come in here, which honestly is a little bit of a tight squeeze, but we have our dining room. My son makes the funniest noises. Sorry. We have our dining room, which I like the pink chairs. I like the color that added to it. I love pink and gray. And then we walk right through the archway into our kitchen. And again, this room was so difficult to decorate because of the shape. But honestly, I don't think it came out that bad. I'm pretty happy with it. And then we have one back door. Again, this leads out to sort of the garden area. This is the only way you can access the area is through the kitchen. But I added a table over there. Again, some shrubbery. Back over here, this is accessed through the dining room. So you have the dining room back door that leads down the stairs. And then you have the door that leads to what I call the guest bedroom. But at this point, honestly, we could just call it like a teenager's room or a kid's room or whatever. So that is the downstairs layout. So it's pretty small, to be honest with you. It definitely could have been bigger. It definitely could have been smaller. We also have this bay window that literally goes nowhere. But I'm going to keep it because from outside it looks decent and it fills in some wall space. So we're gonna come up here. You can see the chimney that we built. So it's just a hallway. So I just added basic colors. I definitely want to add some more plants and like pictures to this a little bit later. But we have access to the small little bathroom. That's why I added that kind of like tub and shower combo. I figured if we had one bathroom, we would probably want options. So that is a little bathroom. We have the toilet, the vanity. Honestly, I thought it was pretty cutely decorated. It's very, very tiny, but I feel like I added some detail into such a small space. And then last but not least, we do have our master bedroom, which I was really, really happy with as well. I like the little corner. I doubled up on the wardrobe to make it just a little bit wider. Again, we have like the big double bed, the nightstands. I just really like the touch of the bookshelf as well. We have the window that leads out. You can look down into the garden area. And then I also gave you access to the bathroom from the master bedroom as well, which I figured would be a nice little touch. So that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my first build. I am looking forward to becoming better at this and doing some more builds in the future. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and hit that like button. And I very much look forward to building with you guys again. Okay, bye guys.